Um, the character I'm playing, Uncle or Angel in the English translation, as we've started calling him, I'd say is someone who really, really enjoys taking risks, but has a massive attitude problem to the current world we live in. And he's very much, I guess you could say, like a cultural anarchist in the sense he wants to stay out of it or fight against it. Lucia in the Catholic context or Greek Orthodox context was the patron saint of eye illnesses or blindness, and saints are always a guide, a guiding light, where we've got Angel, which is either always the voice of God or a guiding force kind of thing, and these two forces meeting together, one a blind angel and one Lucia who is currently losing her sight or losing her will of the world, is where the drama comes from with these two characters. And what the play does with blindness, what I think when it uses blindness with the character of Angel, and how that comes about, he's a character who's blind, but to me, as a vision impaired actor, it's the complete opposite of what I've come to expect with disabled or vision impaired characters. He's very aggressive, he wants what he wants, he's a driving force, he's not on the sidebar, he's not calm and polite and kind and wanting to know where he is. He knows where he is and he wants to be there. He wants to put himself at risk. He wants to be in charge. And I think that's a really stark contrast to societal norms, what we imagine blind people are like and how they act and how they're meant to be. Whenever we talk about things of should non-disabled actors play disabled roles, I would say no, they shouldn't, not at the moment. Not because of identity thing. Like, I do believe that the best actor for the job should get the job. But the problem is, which actors are being seen? Who's being brought into the room? And I think you'll find that, statistically speaking, a lot of disabled performers aren't even being considered for these disabled roles because they haven't got enough exposure or they haven't been in the right places or known the right people. And once we've evened that out, I have no issue with whatever my person wants to play, like a vision impaired person. For me, I'm really, really big on text and going over the text, understanding the text, but also I find going the abstract really fun and really easily accessible for me. And it's just one of those things where, I might imagine that there's a marshmallow on top of my head for an hour or something like that during a rehearsal process to see what happens. Because if you have that, the imagination is a muscle and you can train it, and you can train it to think about these things more, and it can be visual, auditory, kinesthetic imagination. I think people should come see this play because A, it's a really good cultural exchange when you've got like a Spanish text and an English translation, and I think that's really good to see the cultural differences and the cultural similarities and the ways that writing evolves in different places and what that does with characters and how characters operate. But I also think it's a really good piece just in terms of people will come in, see the kind of context of these two characters, expecting a certain cliche, or expecting for these characters to be a certain way. But then the piece really just rips that carpet out from underneath in the way that these characters carry themselves and interact with one another. And I think it'd be quite shocking, in a good way, for audiences to see it.